knockdown, like kind of like scramble situation, Jam does a lot for Vajra, right?
Um, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So like if they call it on like a scramble, say like you both have a scramble situation, call neutral assist. Jam session comes out, and if Vajra is called, it's hit on the way it comes out, and if you time it right, it will also be hit on the time that they come down, right?
Yeah, and also it can negate beam and rocks.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? So it's like, I feel like right now I'm just playing with no neutral assist, and like Modok defense sucks, big bodies, can't
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like uphill, but like maybe if I actually had 2 good assists in the matchup,
I'm
it
not
could
gonna
make a
lie.
difference.
That shit would be mad fucking hype, dude. Like,
I'm gonna try
if
it.
you're down 2-0 and you switch to Hager or Modok, Dante Hager, and you start smoking, people will fucking go crazy as fuck. Cause Hager's hype as fuck.
Dante is hype.
Dante's cool and like people get hyped,
Dude,
but
I have a Hager too. People don't
you
know.
do,
Yeah.
you do. I've seen like the shit that you've actually inputted for combos, and you have a Hager.
Yeah.
And so I think that could be, even if you don't win, you could definitely shut down a venue with like a hype ass set. And in my opinion, dude, like I'm not used to winning against top tiers, but I've had some people like tell me like, yo, that was hype as fuck. Don't do that. Sometimes that's enough. Dude. Hell yeah.
Dude, yeah. Also like Dante as a support character in the middle is important because if I land a hit with Modok, I have access to THC, which is gonna kill anyone. And then
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
if I DHC and then hard tag, I get the order Hacker Modok Dante, which is also good. But then
Yeah, very good.
if Modok dies, I have Hacker Dante, which can also kill with THC. So
Yeah.
it's like my damage engine is Dante, but he's also doing more on the assist damage. He's like a pseudo anchor. I feel like it might work, you know?
The only liability is playing Dante.
Yeah.
I don't know how nice your Dante is,
Yeah.
but me and my friends in Discord, we laugh at Dante players when they suck to do prop shredder loops and shit like that.
Yeah.
We have like a taboo thing that we say about like, oh, you use prop shredder, you don't play this. We kind of just like, you're one of those. Spit on them. Because that's what it takes sometimes.
Yeah.
That's the realistic, like, you know, I respect people that play Dante at the highest level, but there's also like a legitimate capability of like, sometimes you legitimately can't use prop shredder, sometimes you can't. You have to like confirm off of like the most dumbest shit with Dante. Not people are always ready for it. You mechanically, I believe that you're ready for it, but if you want to play Dante in like that setting, bro, you gotta be ready to get fucking, you know.
Yeah, true. But also he does alright against you.
He does.
Yeah.
He does good against a lot of top tiers. I have a friend that plays Dante, and she like loves Dante against top tiers. And then when I watch her play against like Morgan and like Magneto, it's like, oh yeah, like it's doable. Like it's actually doable, but the mechanical like, and she has legitimate wrist issues. She plays Morgan Dante, and so she's running the issue of playing long term in Marvel and actually having to mechanically input for Dante Morgan.
That's really hard.
Yeah, and she's running into she's godlike, don't get me wrong, but even just the long term playing a first to 25 like we would normally do is sometimes exhausting. And so
Yeah,
I hope you
absolutely.
can do it.
Yeah, I think Dante's probably my best character after my main team. That's what I used to main. So
It's a lot of work. I respect Dante players to the fullest, so if you do it, I'll be screaming. Oh my god,
I'm
Tay!
gonna try it out. Do you have any other characters?
I have a few, not really anything worth like recognizing. I played a lot of X23 growing up.
Okay.
I have a decent amount of hours on Trish. So Trish is definitely one of like my favorite characters. When it comes down to playstyle, because I'm a defensive player, I like setting things up and using my intelligence, if you want to call it that, to just put people in a position where they're always at negative. And so I like Trish a lot.
Yeah.
But none of the characters are realistically worth recognizing. I have a Pocket Raccoon. I can bold cancel. I can play Frank. I have a little bit of Frank synergy. But realistically, I've just, you know, decided to just be who I am and just say like this is what I do and what I try to do. I don't try to OS with other character option selects or anything like that. Because realistically, none of them are that good, you know. I know the game, I like the game, but I don't really think I can do anything besides with what I have with this team.
Okay.
And so I kind of just, I even drop combos with Cap. Even so, like, if I drop combos with Cap because I get frustrated, like, should I expand on something more mechanically intensive? Probably not.
Right.
And there are some times where I see, like, what the capabilities that I personally have as a fighting game player, and my nerves loose to the scenario that I create for myself, because, and I know it in my head, but regardless of like how apathetic it is, it's the reality of like being able to perform. Who am I as a player completely? Nerves, mechanically, like all these things when they line up into an actual ring. Who am I actually? And so there are a bit of things that I've accepted inside of myself and like that I see in other people, and then I say like, this is where like this is where it is. This is where like the tiles lay or whatever you want to call it. And so I see very, very mechanically skilled players, like regardless of whether how hard I down back or bust out. There are players like you or DXP or Priest that have spent a ridiculous amount of hours just like doing 3D chess. But like I accept that, you know, like I might get a couple games, but I'll never be at the highest level because I'm just not like that. I haven't did the long term. I'm 30. I'm not gonna go back and learn a team from scratch and start Marvel from scratch or anything like that. I love the game, but I also don't personally want that. And so,
Yeah. I feel you. That's cool, man. I mean, you're happy with where you're at.
yeah, it's
That's like a huge thing. Like, I don't know. That's what I like about hopping on the mic. There's all this crazy shit going on the screen, but just having all these like philosophical talks about
yeah, playing the
It's-
game and
it's
loving
pretty
the game and
interesting.
just like there's so much going on. Like, yeah,
Daddy Poppin'.
Nettie
Follow.
Poppins pulling up.
Also, what's up, Honduran? Honduran always spreading falsehoods in the chat.
Falsehoods? You don't steal teams?
No way.
Have you ever stolen a team?
No, what happened was I uploaded a video of a bunch of stuff with my main team like 6 years ago, and Honduran commented. He still didn't delete the comment. It's on there. And he's like, I'm going to try this team, blah, blah, blah. But then ever since then, he claims that it's his team, and I stole it.
That's funny.
But also, I know Honduran is a man of many teams. He plays like a lot of top tier
okay.
stuff, like Zero. He plays Modok and all that stuff.
Honduran is definitely loved in the community. I've always seen him showing up, always
Yeah.
being in streams, people talking shit to him, people loving him, like when are you gonna play?
The community wouldn't be the same without him.
Definitely, 100%.
Also, he's a mod in this channel apparently, which I didn't know.
He has the sword.
Hey, what's up, John? My old homie from Santa Barbara. We used to play.
You
way
government,
back in the
you
day.
government named him in Twitch chat.
Yeah, his
John.
name's John. It's a really
Bio
revealing
Billy
name.
Jones. There's no way that you catch that back to John.
My bad. We don't use government names. I forgot. See,
It's
pretty
intimate.
Bad. It's pretty bad when people use my name because I think I'm literally the only person with my name, like first and last.
You're right.
So
I don't
It was
think
kind
I've
of
ever met anybody with your first name, and there's no way I've met anybody with your last name.
yeah, but I'm pretty foolish because I've tied my real full name to my game,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
Twitter,
a little
and
bit,
my
yeah.
YouTube, and all that. Pretty short-sighted in retrospect. What's up, dude? Did you go to Evo this year, John? Hope to see you at some event. It's been a while.
You're trying to go to Evo?
Oh yeah,
That's the effort? Yeah, you should.
for
100%.
sure. Are you gonna try to make it?
I'm gonna try to. There's no guarantee. I have to figure out a lot of things. But I more than likely won't be competing. I definitely haven't figured out venue or like signing up or anything like that. It's
Okay.
still not even a guarantee of whether it's going to be available to me right now. I want to go definitely, but
Alright, fair enough.
Johnny will be there.
We got it on the 5th. Goal no on 2. Alright, fair enough.
If you don't go 0-2, you'll be better than me, though.
No, dude, I believe John. You can definitely get it. You can definitely take some matches.
What does John play?
He plays Nova Frank Wester. It's a very, very like old school type of team.
It is old school, but it's got some filth with it.
Yeah.
I never underestimated people that play not Weasel Shot.
Samurai Edge.
Samurai Edge. They
Yeah.
always have some filth. They always have some high-low like little gimmick or like.
It's old school, but yeah, there's some stuff you can do. Like Koba with his Wester as well.
Yeah, Kobun.
And
Kobun,
yeah.
he's a perfect example.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's also a Japanese player who plays the same team, Nova Frank Wester.
I don't know.
I forget their
don't know.
name though.
I'm not sure.
I saw them doing a mirror at Evo like 5 years ago. Or maybe longer. I don't know, it's been so long. So many years.
Oh, this name is wrong. I have a sword. I could change these names.
He just punished Buster Lightning with raw S. Also, if someone could change the name, that'd be cool. It's not Shogun, that's oh, you just did it. Okay, nice.
No, my bad. I was
Did it.
talking to Mothman, bro. I
My
got
bad.
detached.
I had no idea you were doing that.
I'm not used to it yet. Really good throw. Break the tempo.
There's your conscience in action. Chat, you probably couldn't hear it, but the XP's in the back there. And then?
I finally got sorted.
We were saying earlier that EXP's narration is like your conscience in the back.
Yeah.
Every time you fuck up, he'll say it. Every time you did something not optimal or you died with X Factor, he's always like
He knows your
calling you
character's
out.
better than you too.
Yeah. So could have killed with one bar.
Oh, you can't call assist there? It's the worst, man.
So funny though.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Really good grab from Q. Good job, Q. Q definitely one of the unsung heroes of the office. In between work and being heckled by BXB, he definitely has a really good skill set.
Yeah, for sure. He's integral, in fact.
Oh, yeah.
Office. As the old saying goes. No
Q?
Q, no off.
No office. Yeah. Oh, he could have punished that. He went up for the wink and then he did the jump. A little skirmish. Still really good break into X Factor into break again from Q. Really good job. Non-hacker.
I
Wipe
think
it off.
also the other, sorry to go back to this yet again. The other potential counter pick for me, I think, would just be to go all in on like a Point Morgan team. If I just played like Morgan Doom Virgil or something like that, I think it might give me a better.
I
Like,
see
as
that.
As much as I hate to say it, I feel like Modok is kind of a weak link. He doesn't really fight any of those characters besides Doom.
As much as I don't want to say this, while you are pushing the Modok meta, I definitely think Modok along with some of the other characters that are underdeveloped in Marvel, we haven't figured out what's the best route for them to do their thing. Like, even Morgan, to the point, like, we feel as impressive as she is, like, there's still people playing, like we were talking about Punisher earlier, using Sonic Blaster and using Log Trap to do soul drains and etc., things like that. Like, there's a very specific avenue of even the top tiers that aren't really used to their fullest. And
Yeah,
I think that we don't really know, and like I said, I don't want to discredit you and your capability of pushing MODOK, but I think that MODOK is another character in that is a character in that category to where, like, if we were to utilize them to their fullest, how fucked up would they genuinely be? Like,
that's true.
like, there's characters like Rocket Raccoon, right? Like, we look at him and, like, it's good. Me and Dixby were talking earlier about, like, how much stuff he has, but, like, meter and things like that, like, that come into, like, the issue of, like, what it takes for him to win neutral. But when he wins neutral and he has, like, the advantage, you have, like, you have Spring Trap, you have, like, Net Trap, you have, like, little things like, remember Agio Joe coming in and doing, like, the whole Phoenix type of Frank West, and, like,
yeah, there's more Marvel to be played.
there's
right?
so much more Marvel to be played, and there's never any issue with expanding.
Yeah.
If you
As
do
much
it,
as we know, as much as it's explored and
yeah,
fleshed
there's
out,
always
still
more.
There's still more. And yeah, like one of my friends who recently just got back into the game with the Evo announcement was talking about, like, he was like, I forgot how you can just go in training mode and just grind forever.
Yeah.
Like, there's always new stuff to do.
It's
like,
one of the
with
most
50
limitless
characters,
games.
That's insane.
There's
Like,
like,
that's what keeps us coming back, right? Like, if it was the
Yeah.
same every time, but no, like, over the years, it's just been developed, and, like, without a patch even, like, it's, like, pushing shit constantly. It's crazy.
people are like get mad about, like, oh, character needing to be patched, or like, we've never had a patch, even like the broken shit. We've just, like,
Yeah.
as broken as Marvel 3 got Ultimate, like, we just banned, like, the shit that's literally game breaking.
Right.
Like, the only thing that we've banned is what's the dead body glitch, where you have two characters at the same time.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that we've ever really had to ban, right?
Yeah, and I think also the Beautiful Joe bomb assist, where you can call it
Yeah.
times, because it's player one only.
Oh,
So I think that's banned as well.
I never knew that it
I
was
never-
only player one.
I never really see that, like, in the tournament rules, but I think
Yeah,
there is
I
a
haven't
ban.
seen that either. And I know it exists, but I never knew that it was player one only. And so you 100% have to flip the coin for that, right? But it's
Yeah.
unlike the Firebrand effect.
Yeah, but
where-
it's unfair, right? Because whoever's P2 just literally doesn't have access to it.
yeah. Regardless of whether they play Joe or not, they just don't have access to it.
Yeah, so I think that's... But, like, all the other glitches, right? Like, TSC Infinites are a glitch. technically.
Yeah. We haven't really had to deal with anything more than that. Everything else is fair game, right? Like, even the concept of resetting ground bounce or like dealing with wall bounce and things like that,
Everything's fair game, for the
Yeah.
most part. Dude, also, yeah, lots of random alls to be played, 100%. I really wish that we had more of an outlet for stuff like that, like random
Yeah.
all and, like, ratio tournaments and stuff. It would be really cool to see other players, like, B teams and
Oh, yeah.
C teams.
I mean, even like we've seen ratio tournaments being like one of the most popular parts about Marvel 3. When I can't remember, I think it was Wall Street. He played like a ratio Trish X23 Rocket Raccoon, and he ended up winning like a ratio tournament, doing like a bunch of unblockables. Ended up being like extremely popular long term on YouTube, getting a bunch of views. People are like, oh my god, this is what happens when Virgil Zero Morgan isn't played. Obviously, you and I, we think about top tiers differently in this game than, you know, your standard YouTube commenter, but
Right.
it does a lot for our community.
I
Like
agree.
those little
People want
things
to see
of
that kind of stuff.
they do like.
They want to see Remora dying on the hot chip challenge. You know?
Oh my god. Even like something like Marvel 2. Marvel 2 is like the oldest game. Like, when ratio tournaments come around, more people come around and they just like get excited about it. Like anything that brings excitement to our games is good, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I'm biased just because I play a lot of characters. I've put a lot of time over the years into learning all the different characters' moves and combos. So
Let me show my
I
shit,
kind
you
of want
know?
to show that. Yeah, that's all. We're forced to play this godlike team all the time. First world problem.
You can block, but low.
Oh, barely built the bar.